and on the local scene. North Vancouver District Council has issued writs against squatters living on the Dollarton Highway mudflats. The writs, a civil action for repossession of the land, Jack Village. Mayor Ron Andrews said the land had been slated for a town shopping center, marina, and bird sanctuary.
Amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible terms with all persons, speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others, even the dull and ignorant. They too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons. They are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for always there will be greater and lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own career, however humble. It is a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs, for the world is full of trickery. But let this not blind you to what virtue there is. Many persons strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not feign affection. Neither be cynical about love, for in the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the thing. Must shield you in sudden misfortune. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy.
Thing just cannot continue. It's a potential health hazard. Yet there's no building standards. There's more, and there's very poor. In ways that is fine in parts of the province or parts of Canada, but not in a metropolitan center. The plans that we have are, well, they're for the Huntington Center. I mean, it'll be probably a shopping center, hopefully a theater, a recreational center, marinas, all types of recreational, artistic, etc., the whole gamut.
I think they're just very confused people. Yeah, I think that the mayor has a concept in his mind of what we are that he is unable to get beyond. He totally denies our existence in his own mind. He wants to forget us.
This morning, District of North Vancouver bulldozers moved in on the mudflats, demolishing 2 squatters' homes. The operators were prevented from destroying a 3rd home when Dr. Paul Spong blocked their path.
Just very briefly sketch where I've been to up to this point. I was born in New Zealand in 1939. I spent quite an idyllic childhood, I think, in that country. It's a beautiful country, and I lived on the ocean there. I went through university there, bachelor's degree, master's degree, physiological psychology specialization. Interested in the relationship between brain mechanisms and behavior, took me to UCLA, studying with Donald Lindsley, a famous physiological psychologist. Took a PhD under him in 1966. Looking for a job at that time, I was offered what seemed to be quite a unique trip. At UBC, an appointment which would involve half-time work in neurophysiology and half-time behavioral investigations of the killer whale and other cetacean species in Vancouver. It was an intriguing prospect, and I came to Vancouver at that time fairly highly motivated scientist, I would think.
Yeah. But it's rightfully the Indians' land.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they haven't, that's a whole different end of it that people really haven't thought about. In a sense, I've been talking about it. It's been rightfully the Indians' land from ever since we got together as people down here and talked, what the long-term thing is going to be. And I mentioned the Indian people, and they just said, well, their reserve just begins down there. Well, that's where they've been shoved. But things have changed so much for that people. Like the kids, they're growing up. You see, already they've gone on to a different way of life, just from what mine was. And what I like to see preserved is just life, So that buildings and everything go up down there. Then, it's going to gradually come in through here, and I think there is a plan to go through here.
For sure.
And the Indian kids are going to lose their culture altogether. It's just going to take away from them. They're just going to be ineffective. It would stop industry and building down there and everything. It would set it back for I don't know how many years because our financial, place isn't that high. Like it's going to take a while before this is all developed. And that for it would reserve the land a lot longer.
The mudflats is the freest space that I can imagine existing within the city. It's a capsule that's completely within the city. It's surrounded on all sides of the city. You're totally aware that Standard Oil is right over there, for example.
10 years ago I was 15, and still the water was pretty clean. And there was still a lot of oysters and clams and crabs. You didn't have to look all day for 5 or 6 crabs. You could just go out and they were still walking around on the top then. They were waiting.
Unquestionably, this environment has been tremendously beneficial. Well, let me describe the headspace I was in when I came here. I was terribly scattered. I didn't know where I was going. I came to the mudflats out of, my head was just literally shattered by experiences that I had in the previous year. I've been at the mudflats for 2 years now. It took probably a year of that time for me just to get my head together, I guess. And the mudflats is unquestionably, well, you can't live around here without your head being cooled out.
And all out just beyond the flats, and halfway across there, that's the only last place where herring does come in, and the ducks, that's the only place they go.
Yeah, I hope that part of it might end up as a wildlife sanctuary, but certainly not the whole area. Ecology, wide open spaces are wonderful, but we're still under a great deal of pressure for places for people to live.
Because I can see their point of view, like putting in settlements is good, and there's going to be even after that's all finished. Even those people, when they sit back and look over and, geez, what happened to our wildlife? What happened to the good life? When one was as them who partly helped kill it because they didn't vote different, or they didn't try to make it any different. It's just ignorance that you're fighting, and that's what's hard about it.
The alternative is, and this would be out of our hands entirely, is heavy industry in that area.